That's insane.
It is.
16, that's a crazy roll. What's up, bub?
What's up, guys? How are you guys doing?
Hello.
Bam.
Friendos.
We're in it.
Are we?
We
Ooh.
are.
We
And
are.
I'm gonna have. I'm Sans ears, so excuse my nakedness.
Oh, we caught her in preparation. Sorry, everybody. We're gonna have to go back to the starting scene
The
screen.
magic is ruined.
Oh, goodness gracious. It's good to see everybody back for this game. I'm very excited.
No, in fact, I'm leaving now.
Oh, rude! Rude? Man, I
I
was...
do have to take care of my kids tonight
Okay.
because I'm solo. But like we discussed, Nurble's got his meows ready.
Nice.
Just
So-
slip him a Benadryl. I mean,
Normal or the kids?
Yes.
I mean,
Porque no las dos, right? Yeah.
whoever has sniffles. I heard the sniffle. I heard it.
All right. Okay, guys. Well, man, let's talk about what happened last time, if we can, so we can spring right into this.
I'm
Yeah,
never
that's-
casting Lullaby again.
No? Oh.
I'm never casting a spell again. Pilakka is now a melee character.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, Burb with armor. Someone please friggin' draw that. Armor Burb.
Still has 10 HP.
Still has 10 HP. Just has high dexterity.
Yep.
Ninja
Where's-
herb.
Ninja Burb indeed. Yeah, you guys, you ran into some issues, and it was a lot less than the lullaby, or at least your intentions. Had a lot more to do with what was lurking beneath the image of the crocodile.
Yeah, there's this like Sphinx thing, you know. It's just like, hey, we're gonna test you guys out to see if you're even worthy of living.
It's okay. It's best friends with Ryu. He
Yeah,
just
it's cool.
smiled and sat down private like an idiot.
Yeah, I mean, we had some friends with us, but they took an arrow to the running away.
The rest of you took an arrow to the intelligence. We got the fuck out of it.
Okay, that's fair. That's
That's what I'm
extremely
saying.
fair.
Oh, sorry, I have dogs in the background.
That's
I'll be
fine.
quiet.
That's fine. No worries. No worries.
Hey! Quiet.
No.
You're not the boss.
When they... Sorry, I thought I muted shit.
It's,
I was
Listen,
just
yell at my dogs, please. I don't know why when they get together they just their way of playing is they get into each other's face and they go and my dogs are idiots. I don't know what they're doing.
That's not what we're supposed to do. That's what I was planning on doing when I see you next.
You will.
this is going to be the most interesting interaction.
My co-stars are goats.
Perfect. Yeah.
I mean, I can honestly see Pilakka if she was still there against the Sphinx going, quiet.
Quiet, you. I'm
I'm
trying
gonna
to
turn into
speak.
White Chivo.
You guys had
But who in it?
some mild issues last time we played. I mean, aside from the thing that's currently happening, that's a whole different issue.
What, Skeletor showed up?
Yeah, see? Beastman. And it's
Basically.
definitely well on its way. You guys did want to remove yourselves from the Tomb of Akentepe, conventionally so. Why is that?
We were pretty fucked up.
We thought my dad might be watching in the main entrance, and it was dangerous, so we just dug a hole.
Yeah.
We got what we needed.
A dwarf diggy hole, diggy hole.
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't go too terribly, right? I think everybody decided, at the last minute, like, well, we could climb up there, especially since Pilakka had the access, the ability to take flight.
Oh
pretty
yeah,
much
which we
straight
found
up.
out then.
Then
Oh
Yes.
yes, I can fly. By the way.
She only just remembered.
Well, and she's a
In
bird.
the
This
hole.
is kind of dumb for none of us to ask.
well,
Not that any of you have ever met one, but Tengu are flightless. That some of them can glide with their feathers, but that's a few select. That's definitely not Pilakka. She's not really agile. She's got magical solutions. She's got a lot of them, and sometimes it takes a while to recall them in this situation.
That's correct. Yeah. You decided to dig your way out of the Tomb of Akentepe because, well, you didn't really know what was waiting for you at the top. You had no idea whom could actually be there. Could be a number of people, right? Hey, thank you so much, Fear, for the 5 subs. That's actually going to put us into our first luck reroll for the evening.
Thank you, Fear.
Yeah. Subbing up Pay, Patch, Robo-Rob, Drac, and Noah Slug. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, Pilakka is pretty old. She is, in fact, pretty old. But that's okay.
Just how old is she? Older than your mom.
She's older than many mothers, actually. Quite so.
Older than everybody's mom.
Why are you so old?
Yeah, well,
Just ask somebody when they're old.
she actually, I think she has explained that she is very old. Why, though? I don't know if she's explained that yet.
Well-
Yoga.
I was referencing my.
It's always been yoga. Bed pod.
The bird / Gordon? What was that? Bird. Oh, like that.
Just on the fucking thing in the sky.
That's how she flies.
Yeah, you guys are
Yes.
going to survive the Sphinx to find him just like standing on top of a pyramid, like, I've been waiting for you. Somebody help me down.
Sure enough. Yeah, it's she's been alive for reasons. It'll come out. I know it's just a matter of time at this point. But
Jesus Christ, everybody's been alive for reasons.
yeah, but this isn't one of those things where it's like, she had a good long life of 70 years and then she just called it quits, or she flipped her bike at Daytona or something like that, right? No, this is many different reasons as to why she has lived this long, and now why she's adventuring. But that'll come to fruition in time. But yeah, she is very old. You decided to dig your way out of the tomb of Akintepe, and it took you out to the river Sphinx.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 That was the thing, because we were surrounded by crocodiles. We were like, yeah, this is a bad idea.
Yeah.
The river actual Sphinx. And I was going to put them to sleep. And then instead, I petrified them because, well,
Well, just one.
just one.
And then it turned out to be a sphinx.
A really big one, too. Not like a little...
Not a baby sphinx.
Yeah.
Right, I picked like Queen Sphinx.
I was definitely talking about a crocodile, not the sheer size of the Sphinx. That's a totally different story. You've encountered up to this point at least one other crocodile. Let's see if you guys can remember the name of this lovable little guy.
Toothy?
Yeah, Toothy, actually.
Oh,
It's
I have it written down.
It's Toothy.
Yeah, it's Toothy from the Tooth and Hookah.
That's right, Toothy from the Tooth and Hookah, who is no more than like 7 inches long, and they always joke about feeding various people who are incapable of paying their bills.
Does Farhan own Toothy?
It's more of a coexistence of sorts, especially since Toothy lives down in a well that basically runs a finger system out to the river Sphinx already. So, pretty close. They have a certain coexistence. But yes, a Sphinx. Not just any Sphinx. A particular. Ryu, why was this Sphinx important? Why was it so important, particularly to your character?
She was my babysitter.
Why do you look so weird?
Why do I look weird? You can't just ask why people look weird.
What happened to your
You
face?
can't just ask people why they're white.
What happened to your face?
I shaved off.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
You look like an Amish 12-year-old.
Wow.
Listen to the pre-show, I knew it.
He was listening.
Was I? No, I was. I can't listen to it. I don't.
Well, 12 and Amish are the two things he said he looked like in the pre-show.
Whoa, seriously? That's perfect.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. You did shave it for St. Jude.
For
So
the kids.
I raised like almost $800, and one of the incentives was like for $250, I have to shave off my mustache.
Yeah, you got to make that way higher, dude.
Yeah, I learned that the hard way.
I
I
have
literally
a slave Leia costume to prove that.
the last minute I was rating Nelstar. I was rating Nelstar, and then as I rated him, it was $250, and I was like, oh great. It's gonna look. So I looked 12, and I went out in the public earlier, and people were like opening doors for me and stuff because they thought I was actually Amish. I don't know what was going on.
Well done.
Like, is he on Rumspringa? Like, why is he dressed like that? Yes,
It's definitely different.
yeah, I look like I'm 12. It's okay. Imagine
okay.
if I shaved off the beard. I would look 18. I'm gonna be 32 tomorrow.
Well, having a baby face isn't terrible, right? You could just look like an old
Just
man.
keep drinking the blood of your enemies. And
Right.
I mean, again, There's a reason I don't look 45. So.
Oh, that's the secret, man.
Yeah, skin, blood. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Note to self.
Easy peasy.
Stealing souls,
Mortal sacrifice, that sort of thing.
It's pretty common practice. I learned it at Catholic school. I mean, what?
Oh Lord. She wasn't your babysitter. Okay, sorry to call into focus your face there. It just kind of caught me off guard.
Did you figure out how to transmute your blood into wine? Because that was like could never figure that out.
I don't know. They just pray really hard. I was just excited about the wine part.
I was like, wait, my character can do that. Yay.
Oh no. Why, Ryu? I'm getting fucking PMs. People are going, why does it look like Ryu doesn't have any eyebrows? Did he shave that high?
My eyebrows. I have more than Tim the Tapman does, so that's
Oh well, Jesus,
Hello,
yeah.
Here, where you going?
I'm somewhere.
I mean, that's not saying much.
I'm actually gonna Can you let me have my
Yeah, here's a red Sharpie.
So glad I came in as a fill-in.
I know you're stuck with us.
Yeah. And that, like, we're the friggin' mob. You can't leave.
Have you thought of maybe like borrowing Jesse's like lip liner and coloring it in a little bit?
Wow. I can give you some lessons. I actually have my makeup brush and my eyebrow pot right here. I can give you a lesson.
Dude,
so happy.
I actually
These ain't
want to
real.
get what is it called? Like when they don't
Ain't none of this real.
eyebrows.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Microblading? No.
Why? I want to do that. So
That shit. No. Because you know what? One fuck up and you've got like surprised face for like 3 years.
That's your streaming stick now.
This is why you got to set the bar high on anything with changing your look, because you are now subject to the round table roasting at your next D&D group.
There's a reason the hair color shit's off of my incentives.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just an idea. I mean, I think it could be a neat thing. Draw on your eyebrows every day to make you look like a different expression. That would be.
Yeah, I could teach you. I literally right here. Not an ad.
We can do it. I'm down.
Not an ad.
I covered the brand. Not an ad.
All jokes aside, was definitely just like, this is the first time I've seen your face since you've shaved your mustache, and it just kind of took me by surprise a little bit.
No, I didn't know who he was when he came in the call. He popped in and I went, who in the fuck is... Holy shit!
Oh, wow. It's okay. You still have a magnificent beard.
Next time I'm gonna show up and it's gonna be like Wolverine chops.
Oh,
Lord.
how much is that? For
Yeah,
St. Jude?
what's that amount?
I don't know. Like somebody was like, how much for the whole beard? And I don't know how much I would have to. That'd have to be a lot of money.
Again,
You gotta put everybody's beard on that, Ryu. You gotta put KO's beard on it. Don't even consult him. Just put his beard on it.
He just wakes up to like, wait, what?
On an incentive call.
Yeah, seriously.
I got a text and I'll be like, what the fuck is this?
Ryu's just walking into your house with a razor.
Like, all right, let's do this.
I'll totally shave mine off.
Perfect. This is the best. I like it. I like where it's going so far. It's solid. I'm definitely not putting my beard up though. Sorry.
It's okay. I'm putting my sanity up right now, another 160, I think.
Again.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you, be careful walking down the streets of downtown Atlanta in a metal friggin' bikini.
You know, I'm not gonna do it.
I'd match whatever your incentive is. I'd match it. We can walk together. Do I get to keep my eyebrows off?
Oh, no, my sanity is I have to sit listening to Ayaya for 4 hours straight.
$1 million for my beard.
Yeah.
Lord. Well, I mean, I suppose if there was ever an amount, I think I would be okay with that courier. I think that's just okay.
I mean, who's gonna be mad about it? You're giving me $1 million to...
Yeah.
You could always get a braided beard off of like Etsy or something. Like those
I would, yeah.
Like
This is
a
a
beard
replacement?
toupee?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Here, yeah, no, I'll totally link one. Let's see, Viking beard.
Oh, you mean like out of the yarn?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Like,
I was wondering, like, is he talking about somebody else's beard? That's
I'm thinking like, you put like spirit gum on my face and like,
like ponying a beard.
like gluing it to my face.
I'll link it into it here.
'Cause I feel
That's the incentive.
There's probably a market for that.
You're gonna shave every single one of us, and all of our beards are going on her.
I might have got that. Yes, they all. Yes, you all go beardless. I go bearded
Yes.
Please don't make me look 12 again.
for the kids.
You'd recover faster than the rest of us.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sure, yeah, keep it short.
Mop on your head. It's already distractible. Like you don't have to worry about it.
That's not gonna help the situation. I'm gonna look like I don't know. I'm gonna look like a kid from the 80s with Jerry's curls and shit.
I gain like 40 pounds if I shave my beard off. I'm telling you that right now. You're like, holy shit, what happened to him?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Same.
I don't want to talk about it. This is a defining feature, and everything else. It's just nebulous beneath
yeah.
the beard. So
Unlike Samson
Yeah, right.
with my hair. Like 100% Samson. I understand it with beards. Like when you gotta protect that shit.
yeah, it's my makeup.
Right, yeah, no, it is. Free makeup.
It is. I mean, it's a little more than free. I have someone come in and style it for me.
Oh, wow, we're going there.
Well,
I want to get one of
do.
those
Probably.
combs.
He's gonna be like,
I
I use.
No,
this-
my
I want one of
barber
those
comes to my
steam
house
combs,
every
dude.
month.
That's
Get a steam
amazing.
comb. You won't need that shit. Just do one of these. Done.
They come to your house?
Yeah, she comes to my house. Well, she's been my barber for the last like 4 years, and I had really long hair, like down to my ass, and she cut all of my hair off. She was like, "You sure you want to do this? You got really nice hair." I was like, "Yeah, it's time for a change. Something's got to give." And she's the only person that's cut my hair since, and she does house calls.
That's
I'm like,
Nice.
"Hey, I got a lot going on. Will you come over and cut my hair?" She's like, "Yeah, you don't mind the upcharge, right, for the drives?" Like, not even. I was already giving her like $32 to cut my hair and beard and style and do my eyebrows and stuff. So she's like, "Yeah, $40, I got you." It's like,
It's a
Awesome.
fucking better deal than
That's-
I'm getting to go to a place and get my hair done.
Really? Dude, just good. All right. Well, I don't know what hair care is like in Canada.
Hair
Barbershops
plus
are cheap
beard
here.
suddenly becomes expensive.
I
Pick
do it with the
one,
beard.
it's
It's
fine.
20. It's 25 for hair and beard where I go. And
Yeah.
my place is walking distance. I don't
Yeah, I
walk,
mean,
but
that's generally what it
could.
is. But I also tip.
I don't walk.
I also
but-
tip, and I do the
There.
eyebrows too, because if not, then I
Oh yeah.
have a
I tip
carpet
every time.
across my
after
forehead.
you does your eyebrows, can you just like mail me the leftovers and then we can?
It like it's in such copious amount, it might even be too much, my friend.
Well, like, just put it on the shelf. Like,
Just put it on a little Velcro strip and perfect.
we'll even have different like variations of shapes.
I will tell you, as an overplucker who now has to do her eyebrows with like makeup every day, or else she looks like a weirdo. Don't fuck with your eyebrows. Do anything else. Leave them alone. They're the caterpillars of your face.
It's true.
Mine are naked caterpillars.
You do the little thing.
They've already turned into butterflies and flown off your face.
All right, Ryu, I will only send you my eyebrows if you can do this for me. If you can shape them to look like Heihachi Mishima from Tekken, the Tekken universe.
Oh,
then-
yeah.
then
God.
maybe.
Holy
Like an
shit.
owl.
Just have gigantic and really evil eyebrows. Perfect.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah, dude.
All
I'm
right,
down.
okay, all right. So we're getting way off track, and while I'm okay with it, let's dial it back in. The Sphinx, the lullaby, wasn't actually a lullaby. It was some wild magic. The wild magic changed things a little bit. It turned the crocodile to stone, and that's when things kind of went a little haywire. We saw two people sprinting, one of which decided to call forth a small darkened nimbus cloud and puttered
If you want to
away.
call it that.
Yeah, puttered away. The other decided to sprint through the sand as much as he possibly could at that point. And it left 3 people. We had Neferani, Donkor, and Zanjafar. She spoke as a sphinx. Not everybody could immediately understand, but Zanjafar could.
Yeah.
So we're just going to dial it back just a hair to that particular point, that meeting. Okay? I think it'll give us the proper opportunity to fill that out. so we can figure it out as we move forward. I like that idea. Does anybody have any questions, concerns? If you have any rep that you needed to spend for a reason, then fire that away. You've got just a few moments. And if not, then we'll move forward. Anything from my players? Questions, concerns?
Oh, did we touch why I knew her?
Yes.
Briefly, but we will reiterate that in the beginning.
Okay.
When the
Because
three of
you're a
them die,
Sphinx
can
baby.
Pilakka and I have their stuff?
Yeah, likely, but you'll have to go back.
Crap.
How is everyone standing? Or like, where are the players' positions? Because I can't remember. I know that I'm sitting.
You're sitting like right in front of the Sphinx, and Neferani's next to you. I'm kneeling a little bit
Okay.
ways. Not very far away, but a little bit away.
Right.
Let's see.
And then they're just gone.
Yeah, they're not even there.
That's accurate, yes. They have managed to full-on bolt away.
They flew off.
I'm laying in your bed back at the hotel. Got my feet up, shoes still on. It's a bad time.
It's rude.
Where you-
You're in my
Flipping your toenails and just letting it fly everywhere.
Pilakka's ripping up one of your beds to make a nest.
I'm eating all the bed bugs.
Hey, no, that's a good thing.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Can you guys hear anything at all with the music?
No.
No.
Weird.
Not a thing.
All right, let's try that again.
Let me make sure I have the sound on. Yeah, I have the music volume all the way up.
Okay, that just might be deciding to not work for now. Not really sure why either.
It says now playing currently nothing for me.
Yeah. I had to shut that off.
Okay.
now playing nothing. Get
All
over
right.
it.
Let's try you. Things have been weird since they changed their audio player. It's just not quite been right since. How's that?
Yeah, we can hear that. At least I can.
Maybe I need to refresh.
Yes,
It's
I
quiet,
can hear it.
but yeah.
I have my volume quiet. So.
Yeah, if you're ever curious about the volume, it's based off of my music volume master. So my music volume master is all the way up. You can turn yours down in the settings tab, but if you don't mind, if volume's not everything to you, then don't worry about it.
Yeah, because we have that same master volume slider in the cogwheel.
Okay.
And I move it around depending on whether or not I can hear you over whatever combat's going on.
Okay, it looks like MVG is giving 1 cure light to each player.
Thank you.
Oh my god! Thanks for all these potions, dudes. We have like, we've got
Well,
a bunch of these.
About to
don't-
be
The
a big
party
fall.
lost the mass majority of those potions when their fucking backpacks all exploded.
Then
I
it
mean,
seems
yeah,
like
but it's nice that we had a lot of them to lose when we
Yeah.
exploded. It's the
Right.
thought that counts.
Rengorf
So that was
is
a-
also
that was a cure
hooking. Yep, cure light to everybody, and Rengorf is giving an additional cure light to Neferani and 1 cure moderate to Abasi.
Ooh, thank you.
I have so many potions.
Not even here.
Buddy,
I have 5 cure lights in my bag.
He's out of
'Cause
combat.
Don't worry,
Mine was the only one that didn't blow up.
it's going to come to a point where you're going to need it. You're definitely going to need it.
Don't no.
Yay.
Don't say that. Because if I need it, they're already dead.
You're not wrong. Okay. So as the Sphinx turned, circles around the three of you. Zanjifar, Neferani, and Donkor. She didn't quite demand that you sit down, but you definitely felt as if your lives may be on the table. I'm assuming that each and every one of you abided, as at least the 2 other of you had fled, correct?
Mhm. I would
yeah,
say.
I kneeled down, so that's as far as Donkor is going.
Yeah, I'm pretty much feeling bad for the petrification and following orders.
Sure. Now, neither of you can speak Sphinx, however Zanjifar can. Do you say anything to Zanjifar about this language that they're clearly communicating with?
No, at least Donkor does not.
I don't.
Okay. Zanjifar. This falls to you. As the Sphinx
Okay, go ahead.
cycles around you, she was speaking things to you, things that your allies could not understand. What was she saying?
She was questioning why I looked familiar, and she asked who I was. And then I confirmed that I was the bastard son of the current pharaoh. She asked what we were doing. I explained that we were leaving a tomb, and that we, were trying to get out and head back to town. I also established that she looked familiar, and that I think she asked me how I could speak the language, right?
Yes.
Okay. And I said that I had been taught by a Sphinx when I was little, and then she confirmed that it was her. And I think that's it. I think that's where we ended.
Can you remember her name?
I wrote it down and I lost it. No. My post-it note is gone.
All right. If you can, please, give me a wisdom check. Click on yield wisdom. Let's see if you can recall.
I didn't even write it down on my notes. Yikes.
Fucking gotta hit that VOD, boy.
Hold on 1 second. I'm getting some static. Wait, is that the right character? Okay, yeah, sorry.
Correct.
I mean, what?
You don't remember her name.
Can I reroll? I can reroll.
Oh, we technically do have one reroll.
One reroll, right?
Remember, guys, you can lock additional luck rerolls for every 5 new subs to stream. I do keep a tally in case you're curious.
And you said a wisdom, right?
Yes. Sure, I'll give it to you. In this moment, it's not often that you find and see a Sphinx. Especially one that your father introduced you to, which was quite a long while ago. Her name is Hisperia. Hisperia. She's a bit of a legend in these parts. People seek her, they hunt her out, for many reasons. Many never make it back. But she doesn't immediately kill you. Immediately. She put emphasis on the fact that she felt like she remembered you. And when you described who you were, she spoke of your father. She asked your name, and she recalled you immediately. Sphinxes are generally timeless. They can live well on forever, so long as they're not hunted.
Mm-hmm.
This one you can tell has lived quite a long while. She's very knowledgeable. She seems to weave between Sphinx and common. The other two of you happen to pick up a few of the details along the way.
So like Spanglish, kind of like where they...
Not so much so. It's a hard transition. It's not like a weave between the two. It's a hard transition where...
Hey, cabron, get out of my river!
Not quite. Not quite. Unfortunately, she doesn't go full Cheech Marin, so...
Damn.
Better luck next time.
It's Doberman.
Yeah. Maui wowie. Do you say anything to her? Do you usher any questions, any concerns?
I have to think character-wise how, like, what the setting was last time. See, so I was sitting, and then I think the last thing she asked was my name, right? Or was it about the childhood thing?
She asked if you could recall much about being a child and being around her.
Oh, okay. I'm sitting down, so is she still in front of me, or is she kind of like still encircling me?
At this point, she has more or less moved in a way that she looks like a resting cat. The backside never quite drops down. One leg is sort of distended out as far as it possibly can, but the other is still pawed down on the ground in case immediate reaction is required. However, the belly is bared, and the front right arm, is sort of crossing and extended out rear left. And she's peering at you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I would turn to her. I mean, obviously, she just asked me the question about what do I remember. I guess it's so weird to like dive back into this and try to like put yourself back in character, but it's a good challenge. I would say I remember you being really intelligent in your ways of teaching, but at the same time really strict. I remember you used to make the guards make me run back and forth up and down the river if I didn't pay attention or if I messed off or didn't get something I didn't pick up quick enough on my lessons. My father was very amused by this.
Her eyes flit and dart to you, Neferani. She speaks in common. He flatters me. He says that I'm very smart. Smart.
You seem very smart.
Well, thank you. You pour on the compliments.
Well, I've never met a sphinx before. Wait, I know what it is, right?
Yes, this is definitely something that everybody's told about as of children, especially being next to the Sphinx River.
Right.
Why did you turn me to stone?
I was trying to, like I had mentioned, I promise. I was trying to cast a spell. I was trying to make you go to sleep because you looked like a crocodile and I didn't want you to eat me. So I just wanted you to go to sleep. I didn't want to cause any harm. I just wanted, calm and peacefulness.
Did I not appear calm or peaceful before you?
To be fair, most crocodiles do right before they eat you.
I understand. And what of you? She looks to you, Donkor, immediately.
I'm actually in awe. Never in my days did I think I'd see a living sphinx.
You expected to see a dead sphinx?
I never thought I'd see a sphinx in any variety.
Interesting. Did you have plans just in case you were to ever meet a sphinx?
No, I did not.
And what will you do now?
Well, it's a tough question. Whether or not you let us live, nothing. If I'm to die, then I'm to die here today. So then still, nothing.
And what decision should I make about your survival?
If you're asking me, then it's
Donkor survive.
Donkor laughs a little bit like nervously because he's not been in a position where he's seeing this very rare creature ask him what to do. If you ask me, it's let us live, but it's not my choice. It's entirely yours.
She moves her head from side to side. The diadem across her forehead seems to sway. Interestingly enough, it is in the shape of a golden scarab. It hangs to a headdress that drapes over her ears. Various bits of bone and fang are sort of weaved into it, creatures significantly larger than either of you. The moonlight casts a glare across her fur, and where you had once thought it may have been a softer, almost silvery, and now, with the wing over the top of it, reveals to be a bit of a blue, matching color to what you would guess is the River Sphinx. She has various leather wrappings around her wrist. It seems to go down betwixt the two primary fingers, or about the four toes. It sort of looks like a sandal, what a sandal would do, in fact. But it's got some very intricate designs that are weaved into it. What looks to be a desert plant, sort of like a desert rose. She's beautiful, if not anything else, dangerous. I think I might let you survive If for anything else, this revisiting. It has been a while, Zanjafar.
It has. I had thought that it was some trick that played on my father played on me. You know, being a child witnessing a sphinx. You know, growing up and telling other children that I had been taught to learn sphinx from a sphinx, I used to be mocked. So over time, I grew disbelief, but at the same time, I wanted to believe. So seeing you again definitely restored some nostalgia, and I'm glad that I at least got to see you one last time, and maybe hope to see you again.
One last time? Do you presume to cease to exist from henceforth?
I was pretty close to death recently, so these fine companions saved me.
Saved you? And how did you do that?
How did I almost die?
No. How did they save you?
They stopped me from seconds from death, patched me up, and carried me out of the tomb. I'm extremely grateful.
You were in a tomb. They've patched you, you said. Her eyes aglow this incandescent golden glow, a hue that seems to watch over the top of you. It's like a light, a beacon shining down, as she scans each part of your body. I do see there is blood, and I smell it. You are the son of the Pharaoh. Why are you dabbling in tombs?
Being the bastard son and kind of being handheld all the time and restricted to normal royalty, but not treated like royalty. I wanted to explore more adventurous things. I wanted to see what it was like to live an adventurer's life.
Adventurer's life? You have everything given to you. You want not for food. You thirst not for wine. You lust not for
Go ahead. Sorry.
anyone. But you wish for something more.
Correct.
Interesting choice. You all make choices. We all do every day, every night. When I bask in the moonlight, it is my choice to not seek out the people of Wati. Yet they make a choice to seek me out. Many of them do not become so lucky. Not by choice, but by law. Law is tricky. Something that many of your kind do not abide by. Do you know that there are laws even in my world? As a Sphinx, I must abide by so many things.
I'm aware that there's a higher rule of power that, you know, mortals can't understand and don't know most of these laws. But I fully respect anything that comes to pass.
Decisions must be made, and in accordance to a law that I live by. You three must answer things for me. Are you familiar with riddles?
I like games.
That's in my
Games.
riddles 3.
Wonderful.
If it wasn't a riddle about money, then no, I'm not familiar with many, but well, let's give it a shot.
First, I must address rules. There are rules, and you must abide by them. If you fail, then it is my job to gobble you up. Yes, even you, Zanjafar.
I think this is fair.
Wait, hold on. I thought that we were gonna live.
Well, you have an opportunity to. If you decide to live and you assess all that you know, answer correctly and you may walk away from this. Some of you at least.
Crap on a cracker.
I've never been happier to miss school. I stayed home.
You missed the pop quiz.
Yeah,
Sorry.
right?
Okay.
Sorry, can you repeat the riddle? Did you say it yet?
Not yet.
Oh, my bad.
It's all good.
I was like, wait, did I actually miss it?
I'm
I
closing
thought everybody
my
was
eyes,
thinking. I'm
channel
sorry.
Because
And she just like, Zanjafar's fucked up. Next.
I almost literally died. No way I spaced out.
I will offer unto you riddles, and when you guess that, one of you may go free. However, once you go free, you may not offer assistance to your allies in the guess.
Do we rock, paper, scissors? Who gets to leave first?
You will decide. It's up to you. Her tail whips across the sand several times. I'll allow you to speak amongst yourselves. Call to me.
I'm not very confident.
Donkor moves a little bit closer. As far as being confident's concerned, I don't think I've been confident about this entire journey. It depends on what the riddles are. So, Zanjafar, there's a lot that rides on you at the moment.
Once I saw the Sphinx, I knew I couldn't run. So I'm sorry that I got you guys caught up in this, but I hope to redeem myself.
Well, I'm the one who cast the spell that she didn't like, so this is kind of my fault.
Well, as true as that might be, I don't think it was your intention to petrify a crocodile, from what you've been saying.
I don't think so either. I think you were just in trying to preemptively disable a giant beast. Considering what we've gone through already with giant animals.
Wait. Do you think if we mentioned that we are, I am the god, like friends with a god? Do you think that would make any difference?
If there are laws to be had, then no, it won't make any difference.
But
Yeah.
is there a law about that? I don't know.
Association?
I
I
raised
don't.
my hand.
I would advise against this, but
Oh. Are you sure? What if it helps? I mean, if we're gonna play the riddles, I mean, asking about rules isn't a bad thing, right? Like, I'm not saying, like, I know a god.
By the
Insert
way-
bad word here. Let us go. It's
I
more
know
like,
a guy. I know
hey,
Tony. You
right?
know
Like, just like point of order is the fact that we're friends with Akentepi. Does that make any?
Can you imagine like a camera cut back to town and Abasi's in a stall going, I know Akentepi! You have to give me that for half of at least!
I'm doing like the full Irish whisper, like. By the way, so if Sphinx is at all trying to listen or just not trying to listen, it's probably pretty like.
Anyone asks
So
you if you're a god, you
I
say
figured
yes.
as much.
Okay, just
Yeah.
making sure. So you don't think I should tell her?
I honestly think the Sphinx has made up her mind, and what she's decided. You know, she's a.
But the law, if it's the law, do you know that it's not a law?
I don't think.
I was not
Maybe.
taught on these things. No.
Well, I want to follow her rules, even if I don't want to die. I want to be good.
I would say that the fact that she's giving us a chance to live, I wouldn't say she's lying.
Okay, fine.
Exactly.
I mean, and I'll say this part even purposely louder. I mean, it's not like, I mean, the god, she's our friend, but, you know. Nothing.
I turn to the Sphinx and say, we're ready for the first riddle.
Good. Good. Perfect.
You guys are so dead.
I'm ready. I've never seen a Sphinx before. Well, I mean, I've seen one before, but I'm excited.
Have you ever been disemboweled by one?
No.
You've been inside of one before?
I may have been in.
Harsh.
Never mind. I was the child. This is...
I think it's going in him.
Oh no!
Good.
She's into vor.
We'll start with something simple. A bit of a warm-up, but a warm-up that may permit your survival. You may decide whom will walk away from this. I have a golden head. I have a golden tail. I have no body.
I think I know this. I turn to Neferani and Donkor and say, I'm almost 100% sure I know this.
Is it a nope rope?
Ryu's face.
Is that in character?
Yes. Is it a golden?
Do I want to know what a nope rope is?
It's just like a childish nickname for a snake. I don't like snakes.
Yeah,
They're not terrible.
No, it's not.
I don't like them.
I don't think I've
But
ever
it
heard
has a
of
head
that.
and
But
a tail. It doesn't have a body.
I would like to. Wait, before.
I'm not answering.
I would
spitting
like
at
to answer. I know this.
Okay.
and I do know the answer, but it's yes, by all means, Sanjifar.
How do you answer like
Are you guys not going to confirm that you have the same answer
Yeah.
before going for it?
Okay. Yeah. I'm not gonna retire or anything.
Fuck it, man. She's only going to kill me. Go!
Sorry.
It wasn't a light bulb. Shit.
The nope rope caught me off guard. I wasn't ready.
You're so dead.
What was your answer, Donkor? Just to make sure that I might.
It took me a moment to realize this, but it could perhaps be a coin, a golden coin.
I was on the same page.
Oh, that's a much better answer.
As soon as you said heads and tails, I was like, okay. I can't. Okay.
It's so on character.
Wisdom 10. Just put
Sorry.
that out there. Go. Yeah, I like that. Do that one. It's much better.
So you have an answer then.
I just picture us being on like Jeopardy or something. Like,
What is a coin?
what is a golden coin?
I don't think you get to confer with the other contestants in Jeopardy, though.
Yeah, but it's also not for your like life.
It's not one team
True.
versus a Sphinx. It's 3 people versus each other.
Alex
think-
Sphinx Beck.
Alex Trebek is about to retire. Maybe they should replace him with a Sphinx and put lives on the line. I'm just saying. Reboot the shit.
Hey, Trebek.
It's who wants
Your
to
mother's a cat.
instead of who wants to be a millionaire, it's who wants to not die by a sphinx.
Yeah.
I would watch the fuck out of that.
It'll be called Don't Get Sphinxed. Airs right after The Simpsons.
I would
So,
like
yeah.
Really
Okay,
horrific,
fine,
too.
acceptable. Well, I think that's a great Patreon incentive out of character is a
Whoa!
game show, like a future game show with us as contestants. In
Noted.
character.
I
Noted.
don't want to die.
put us on a pedestal and stuff. Like,
Oh man,
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
No idea. I'm in super jail.
phone a friend becomes phone an EMT.
I'd like to ask the audience.
All right, well,
Okay, back in character. Our answer is a golden coin.
As she smiles, you can see the lips sort of upturn, revealing
Immediately
what
eats you.
feels almost less than inviting. A series of hyper serrated teeth easily meant for shredding through the most difficult of targets. Very good. A golden coin. Very good. Now, this might be a bit harder. Who walks away?
I should go last. I was the one who cast the spell.
This sounds like an easy way to die.
Are you sure you should go last? You did
Well-
suggest no probe, and that was very far.
Wow.
This thing was knocking me, guys. I don't know what to do. She's not wrong, but it feels a little like unkind.
Zanjifar, do you condemn your friend?
I would like to send the cat lady.
Oh, no.
I see that you still retain the ability to make good decisions. Very good. You're
Do I have-
free.
Do I have to stand somewhere different?
You can leave. You may walk away, or you may stay, but I will not harm you further.
I'm gonna laugh really
Um,
hard.
can I help them if I stay?
You cannot.
Oh, so I'm gonna take like 10 steps away and sit on the sand and watch, but I'm gonna clamp my paws over my mouth so I don't fucking talk because I know myself.
She smiles. Are you ready?
As ready as I think we'll ever be.
I kind of like turn towards Donkor and like give him the nod, which is basically amongst rogues, that we got this. Like a rogue nod, even though he doesn't like me that much, and I'm aware of this.
I did save your life.
You did. And then you almost shot me with an arrow.
I would like to alert you that the warm-up round is over. This will take a bit more deliberate thinking. So if you're ready,
I'm ready if Donkor is.
I'm as ready as I'm gonna be.
I can be seen in the smallest grains of sand, the deepest shadow and the highest sun. I've been with you since birth, but I will not join you in death.
Yeah, well, I know that one. Zanjifan, what do you think of it?
I think
What
so.
do
Do you want me to go first?
It's a shadow.
I was going to say life, but shadow seems a little bit closer than life.
Neferani, give me a perception.
So glad we left.
It doesn't take a lot, especially since they're conversing with each other. At both answers, she purses her lips in a way that seems quite trite. You notice that her tail whips with only a very, very small amount of menace. Do you say anything, Neferani? Do you do anything at all?
Can't help us. So out of character.
Bro, this is in character faces. The I'm gonna
No, I was aware the faces were in
Okay.
character, but
I'm gonna look very alarmed, but say nothing, and just look at the Sphinx, and then look back to them, and look at the Sphinx, and look back to them. Look
Sure.
At the Sphinx.
I'll give them an opportunity here. Give me a perception. It's a visibility thing, so we'll get perceptions from both of you. That's going to be good enough.
I had my glasses.
Donkor, you notice quite the surprised look. It's coming from Neferani. She seems a bit surprised, maybe a little scared.
So, Zanjifar, what makes you think the answers are life?
It's the quickest thing I could come up with, but maybe if we heard it repeated again, we could come up to a common answer. Maybe there's something we're not relating between every single.
It's something that can be seen in sand, something that could be seen night and day, and then won't join us in death. I don't know of a shadow that joins anyone in death.
Very well, I will repeat. I can be seen in the smallest grains of sand, the deepest shadow, and the highest sun. I've been with you since birth, but I will not join you in death.
Perhaps I'm wrong.
You still cast a shadow if you're physical, like if your body's still there.
And that might be fair. Then by all means, let's go with your answer. My life seems to make sense.
But do you see life in the sand?
You can with a bug.
The answer is atoms, even though we are dark. It could be seen light could be seen in darkness, but in death, breath, time.
You know what? There might. You might be onto something with that one.
With which one?
Time.
Like you're out of time when you die?
Yes.
Huh.
Think of an hourglass.
Fair enough.
Well, Zanjifar, you're the one who speaks the words. I trust you. My answer's time.
I will trust your executive decision. And we would like to answer that it is time.
You're no fun. Very well, you have passed the second riddle.
Oh my god, I want to die!
She smiles. Who will walk free?
Hold on 1 second. Out of character. Did you reference that from The Hobbit? Kind of?
I did not.
Okay. But there's a similar riddle in The Hobbit, and I didn't know if it was...
Wasn't the answer to that one the shadow, though?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Well, one of them is time. It brings mountains and...
yeah.
You're
right.
The whole riddle.
Everyone preps for riddles with The Hobbit every time.
I mean, there's a bunch of other movies with riddles. I'm just saying, like, that was like when I was a kid, I was like, oh, that scene was so...
Oh, that's right, Jezebel. That's so right. All right.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to stay with your friend, but it's your choice. Do you want me to go or do you want to stay?
I think you guys have let me experience what I need to experience, and either way, I get to spend my last moments with the Sphinx, or not spend my last moments with the Sphinx. So I choose that Donkor goes, and I stay for the last riddle.
Donkor stands, and then he goes to Zanjifar and puts his hand on his shoulder and says, "Don't die," and then walks away towards Neferani.
The best
That was deep.
advice for living.
Don't
die.
I just face palm right in front of it. I don't even care. And
You
then
would make a great raid leader.
Perfect.
That is as far as Donkor can be emotional.
just turn to the tank. Don't die.
Oh, it wasn't that your advice for him already. I was like, yeah, KO's gonna tank. He's like, I don't think KO's tanked before. He's like, don't die.
Zanjifar, there is but one that remains. Are you confident that you will walk away from this? I am not.
I'm not entirely confident, but I always do enjoy a challenge. So that's why I stayed to spend as much time with your riddles as I can.
And what of the other two of you? Will you walk away?
If I walk away now, then I won't know if he lives or dies, and I'm sure there's someone who wants to know the answer to that.
We'll know if he catches back up to us. But I want to stay.
I mean, would he really catch up to us? Look at the shape he's in already.
Oh, that's a good point.
Are you ready, Zanjifar?
As ready as I'll ever be.
I wait as the world turns, as patient as any god. I rise and I fall, touching everything under the sun. My mere presence grinds away at all of creation, reshaping the world as I see fit.
Shaping could be wind. It could be countries. It could be nations rising and falling. Could you repeat the riddle once more?
I can. I wait as the world turns, as patient as any god. I rise and fall, touching everything beneath the sun. My mere presence grinds away at all of creation, reshaping the world as I see fit.
I see.
Do you?
I would like to answer this one. And I would like to say that this was a great experience to meet you once again, regardless of the outcome. And that I enjoyed this. My answer is out of character. I don't know how to answer this because it's kind of, I can answer multiple ways.
Can he use his reroll if he fucks up?
There's like multiple names for this thing, and I don't like if I say this the wrong form of this answer, will I be punished, or is she going to be kind of lenient based on as long as I'm like really close?
I should poll the judges. You'll have to take a risk.
Okay, that's fine. Just thought I'd ask. My answer is the sea or the ocean.
Close enough. Close enough. The answer was water. And that is close enough.
I'm gonna shout for it. But did you die?
I just glare at Neferani, the only time I've ever been angry with her.
Congratulations, Zanjifar. You have solved a riddle that not only spared your life, but the lives of your allies.
I kind of like bow my head and nod.
I don't think he died.
No, he definitely did not, and I'm oddly proud of him.
It still remains what I've said. That I am not so sure that you will walk away from here. Just because you have solved my riddle does not mean that you are free. It just means that I will not eat you.
Well, not eating me is pretty good in most experiences.
Most experiences, yes.
Yeah, well, I know that. I didn't like being eaten.
Can we hear you? Were you like that part telling us that we're
Was that for all of them or just me specifically?
Everyone can hear this.
okay?
Well, I mean, was it directed at them? Because like, aren't they allowed to go? But
Yeah, they can leave.
okay, so therefore, I'm just restricted with not leaving, but she let me live.
Correct.
Right? Just to clarify. Okay.
Can he not come with us?
No, he may not.
But he answered all the questions.
He did.
He
did.
I'm no disrespect meant, of course. But what? May I ask why not?
You may.
Why not?
That I cannot answer. But Zanjifar will be staying with me for a short time. Don't worry, he will be fine. You have nothing to worry about.
The only thing I can ask is that he lived.
From henceforth, that's entirely up to him.
Just make sure you live.
I will try to live, but I think this will be a good experience, and you guys don't have too much to worry about. Again, I am Pharaoh's son.
She begins to speak in Sphinx, this time, so only you can understand. Neferani and Donkor, you're left out to the wind, unless, of course, Zanjifar, for some reason, expresses what it is that is said. You'll be coming with me. I have an agreement with your father. It's not often that I have to uphold these. More often than not, it is quite the other way around. That I outlive any contract. I'll be seeing you to the palace.
I figured as much.
In the future, you should stray away from the River Sphinx. I'm not actually your babysitter, but it is my job to take you back to see your father. And now that my eyes have seen your allies, I will report to him exactly who I have seen, because all that I see is all that I know. And I know of the accords of Neferani, of Donkor, Abasi, and Pilakka. He says those names very clearly, or she says those names very clearly. Everyone can understand that. The Pharaoh would like to know whom travels with his son, bastard or not.
My father tends to know too much of my life, but again, he's my father. May I ask one question of the riddles? Was my life truly in danger?
It is of Sphinx law, yes. If you failed, I were to devour you here, leaving nothing but boots in the sand.
Even with your contract with my father?
This is an addended. He read through the contract. He understands what was to happen. And if it came to this, then yes, surely you believe that you are not your father's only bastard.
Yep.
Good. Hopefully your feelings are not hurt.
No, not at all. I don't really want to go see my father, but I have to respect the wishes of a Sphinx.
As if you had an option.
Almost dying thing really in stride. Like, no, it's cool. You want to kill? It's fine. I had a good life. It's great. Fucking everybody else I know would be like, no, I will not die. You can't take me. It's like, nah, fucking eat me. It's whatever.
You have to think though too. Like, I've just been spoiled. Like, anytime anything bad happens, my dad like sends people to save me or get me out of trouble, and you know, I've kind of had everything handed to me. So even though I was moments from death, it was exhilarating.
I never really thought you were in any danger.
I mean, I think I'm invincible, but
just in case you wanted to see what the Sphinx looked like for everybody else as well, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the Twitch chat.
Okay, cool.
There you go.
Yep, that's exactly what I pictured. Kind of like the giant. Are those sphinxes in the Never-Ending Story? Like when he passes underneath?
Sort of. Those are quite a bit larger.
Yeah, but similar. They have like very big faces and.
They've got big everythings. They're pretty large.
My big thing was
they got big everythings.
Yep.
It was like 5. I was like, wow.
Oh man, that was your focus. I love it. Okay. Any last words that you would like to say to Neferani and to Donkor? Before you leave, of course.
Oh, I didn't know that I was allowed to.
Well, yes, you have a mouth. You are allowed to speak to them.
I appreciate it. I turn towards Neferani and Donkor, and I say that what time I had with you was fun. I hope your friend that you guys lost, you find them. Always know that because I survived, you saved the son of the current pharaoh. So I'll put in a good word to make sure you guys are at least treated well.
This is such a Jack Sparrow moment. Like, does anybody else feel that? I feel like this is such a Jack Sparrow moment.
This is the moment that you almost.
Yes, you've almost slain. But this bastard son, Zanjafar Kaskashir.
There are other bastards, but I'm the one you know about.
That's right. But you do
heard
know.
my name.
That's right.
Worst bastard son of the Sphinx I've ever seen.
He's got a jar of nard.
No, I do.
Oh
have
my
the jar.
gosh!
Or what is it? You're the worst Sphinx's son of, or Pharaoh's son.
You would be the worst Sphinx's son ever.
I would. But you have heard of me.
But you have heard of me. Yes. Perfect.
Okay. So I just bow, and then I turn around
Donkor's gonna.
and say, "I'm ready for us to go meet my father."
Was there anything that you wanted to say to Donkor or Neferani, though?
That's what I said to them. I said the whole spiel about their friend and that I'm gonna put in a good word with my dad. And that's it. That's how I want to go out. Like, thanks. It's been fun.
Okay. Anything from Nef or Donk?
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
You go first. No.
Oh, you meant from them. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yikes. I'll slow down on the coffee. Just interject. No, they don't want to say anything.
No, Neferani, you can go.
I want to ride on sunset on this damn Sphinx.
Fucking yikes.
Can I grope her boobs as we fly away?
How wow. I mean, I would, but
With consent.
consensually.
She's gonna drop you, dude.
So, how tall are you?
I
Character.
am 5'8". I'm a
Okay.
almost average height.
I'm gonna go up to I'm gonna go up to Zanjafar and as long as he doesn't like shove me away, just kind of give him like a little like hug.
Okay.
It was
I
nice.
let her hug me. It's totally
It was
cool.
nice.
I reciprocate.
It was nice.
Donkor will.
And I'm just gonna kind of back away because I don't know what to say. 'Cause she's kind of verklempt and she doesn't like it.
Yeah, Donkor is gonna follow closely behind and put his hand out as if like to shake his hand.
I reach out and mutually shake his hand.
And then Donkor will say, "It was a definitely high tension couple of days, but you definitely surprised me quite a few times. It was fun, to say the least."
Yeah, it's always nice to meet another person with quick hands. Not always the quickest of hands, but for the most part.
No, but I guess you could say that one of us has quicker wit.
I mean, I did solve 2 of the riddles.
I guess you did. And then
What? Go ahead. Sorry.
Donkor with like a half baked smile would then just bow his head and then turn around and begin to walk away.
Neferani, while they're having this conversation, this mild pissing contest of sorts, you'll see that Hesperia has just rolled her eyes and looked on at this point.
I'm gonna look at Hesperia and be like, yeah, like bros, right? Like I get you.
Okay. With that, Zanjafar, she will stand and she will call to you. As she says your name, however, you're not capable of quite moving. Your body just starts to free float, and you're pulled to her almost like orbit. Gravity is tethering you to her person.
Oh, I
and
thought we should be like gum.
you basically it self mounts you to her back.
No way to control it. It's totally automatic.
It's like Piccolo with Gohan.
Why won't you dodge?
Perfect. Now we're going to actually change this spot before Neferani and Donkor begin to bolt away. I'd like to move back to Abasi and Pilakka.
Why is that funny to you?
You guys I wonder if they're all right. Nah, they're good.
Because they ran. Anyway, continue.
I can't believe you didn't.
I was injured. I had to be in character. Like I was barely Like, I didn't have enough blood to move.
I'm 4 feet tall, dick deep in the sand, and I managed to fucking trundle my way through.
You know how much blood I lost? I lost blood for a god. I lost blood because of a bomb.
I had a stay in character too, which involved abandoning your ass to die.
I fully expect
Presumably.
Think about it this way: you didn't have to answer 2 additional riddles because we're so good.
It's true.
The camera pans. It shifts away to Pilakka and Abasi. Pilakka on a blackened storm cloud, though very small, still effective. Abasi trudging through the dunes of the Osirian desert. The first thing you hear is... And this is when we see the face of Abasi, reddened.
I didn't think you had a second one of those for me or anything. Hey, you floppy bastard! I got 300 pounds of shit in me bag.
Oh, sorry, it only carries one.
Oh, that's fucking real convenient, isn't it?
It's quite an effort to maintain as it is. Oh, I also want to make a small correction from last time.
Okay.
Rather than a storm cloud, it's kind of more. It might appear as a storm cloud if viewed from afar. What it actually is when viewed more closely is sort of a bundle of feathers that she's sitting on that just sort of like wavers in an unseen wind. And they're actually sort of growing and falling off one at a time, but then as they drift to the ground, they just sort of disappear.
All right, so it's sort of like
really touching the ground,
like a roost of sorts.
It's an epic mount. I see.
Yeah.
That's an epic
It's
mount, yes.
If you got it from an RNG box.
Yeah, clearly this is a rare.
It's really just like sort of a material manipulation of her feathers detached from her body.
Perfect.
But anyway, so
Came from
sorry.
Exile.
How do your people get around as it is? You are already so small.
That's because we spend most of our time under the sand in nice cold holes. Not up here in this bleeding bullshit.
So dig your way back to town.
Oh, dig me way back to town. Oh, you want you tell that to Neferani and fucking Donkor? Oh, wait, you can't.
I think they dug themselves a pretty fine hole back there.
No, you're not getting a high five at me. That was low, even for you.
A high what?
Ah, of course, that one went out of your head, didn't it?
I suppose. How far is it from here back to Wati?
Well, I mean, you can see it. It's a city on the sand. It's not like it's invisible.
Aye, then what's the complaint about?
What's the complaint? I have so much sand in my pants right now. You can pop out a centaur of a dwarf behind me. That's the problem.
I'm going to. Would I be able to manipulate the wind from the spell that's keeping me aloft and try to blow some of the sand off of Abasi, so he stops? So he stops complaining.
Yeah, that's fine. Anything that may have entered into his armor or clothes, definitely not. But anything that's surface, certainly.
He just walks over with an air hose. Better.
So as she's like kind of turns to rotate him on this little like cloud that she's sitting on, like sort of cross-legged, and the wind that's keeping her aloft suddenly just directs from her and just like blows Abasi's hair back.
Do I fall over? I have to know.
Likely not. It's very difficult to break a dwarf's stride once they're in full like movement momentum.
That's true.
Especially like you said you've got around 300 pounds of equipment on your back. There's a very good chance that if she happens to get in your way, you are just going to Terry Tate her right over.
Is that better?
I'm not going to complain for the breeze, but I'd like a bed, maybe some nice drink, something cool, so that I can reminisce about our dead friends. Why didn't they run from the Sphinx?
The red one seemed to have some sort of calling to it, and come to think of it, the cat was burdened as it was.
Oh, I
The
thought
snappy one I cannot speak for.
This man's got a death wish. Did you see him back there in the tomb, by the way? Jumping in front of me mid-swing? Oh, I got this! Like he's some sort of nimbly ninja or something.
I was going to ask, do all humans have no self-preservation instinct?
I don't think
Wow,
humans got
just-
much going for them. They want to die. They don't have any balance.
Much too tall and fleshy.
Very squishy, too. Have you noticed you hit them and they go down?
Yes, they barely stand up to a blade at all. Very easy to dissect.
It's
Unlike
just you
dwarf
don't
skin,
have much
very,
going
very
on.
tough.
Can I get some perceptions, please, from Pilakka and Abasi, please?
Or like diamond.
Yes, they might be writing this in the book.
Zanjafar was a fugly slut.
And now he's dead.
Oh, perfect.
Now he's dead, period. Had X number of bags of gold on his person.
Yep. Abasi.
Wait. Oh.
Abasi.
You're right. You took all your stuff.
Friend. You,
Right.
between the huffs and puffs, between the sound of the sand trudging around you, the words of Pilakka just kind of echo, but you hear something else. Another voice. A new voice in the sands. As you move in the destination of Wati, the sands and the dunes of Osiria are very, very unforgiving, but you happen to see a breakaway. It looks almost as if you found a road. There are markers. What looks to be branches, sticks that seem to be jammed down, that have various bits of things hanging from them. They're to mark a path. While you see that, it signifies, well, you're closing in on the right direction. You know about where you're going. However, you hear something entirely different. It's muffled, but it's a scream.
Well, what in the hell is... Did you... Yo, Floppy One, did you hear that?
Did I hear what?
You know, I'm worried when the screams just go past and you don't hear them at all. It's... For you, it's not surprising, but it is a little warranting for worry.
I hear no screams. Are you going to make with personal insults, or shall we check? My hearing's not quite what it once was.
Oh, I'm sorry, I have sand in my ears, but I still put... It's that way, it's that way. I'm going to go towards the sound.
I can give you more wind if you like. Give him another puff.
Continuing to move, you notice that the mile marker, it's not quite what was there to signify that you're closing in on Wati. In fact, it's something very different. It's steel. A beam of steel from your current angle is sticking about 4 feet above the sand line. At its base appears to be a chest. Not very large, mind you, but a chest. And as you focus while you continue to run, this is where the screams come from.
Well, now I'm more than terrified. Why is there a box next to a rod in the middle of nowhere that screams it? No, I'm used to being yelled at. I am used to being screamed at. It's fine. I'm not used to it coming from boxes.
Unless a mimic is having a toothache, there may be somebody being executed or something. Suspicious to say the least. And I'll activate Detect Magic.
Oh no!
Yeah, hopefully not thereby incinerating whoever's in this chest.
Sure. You cast Detect Magic and there's nothing. It doesn't appear to be magical whatsoever. As you focus and you look closer, as Detect Magic seems to fade, while there's nothing magical about it, you can definitely tell that this box is shaking. However, it is seemingly wedged into the sand. Both of you can clearly see at this point that there was a cart that had been through here, some kind of a skiff, something drug across the sand, leaving marks, tread in the dune. Something fell off the back of a wagon.
Does it look like it fell off the wagon or like it was left here?
Given that it's right between the two markings in the sand, it's feasible that it had fallen right off, but you won't know until you investigate further. You're about 100 yards out at this point. So for that, whatever that thing happens to be inside of the box, for you to hear its yells from this length, this distance...
It's loud. It's very loud.
Very loud.
Do they sound like masculine, feminine? Can we tell? Does it sound like a smaller or human-sized creature?
It definitely sounds higher pitched, but
Okay.
you can't seem to make out if it's a male or female. It could be a child, so it could be either or.
Okay,
Can-
I'll put my little feather cloud up to it.
Well, can I run a perception on the area before we approach?
Yes, you can. Go for it.
I'm gonna start making off either way, but
You ever feel like you're walking into a trap?
Abasi, you don't seem to see anything immediately. You glance at neighboring dunes, trying to see if there's something, anything, footsteps, carrion, anything to alert you to it being a trap, some sort of a setup. But nothing quite gives off that vibe.
I hitch my armor back up to make sure it doesn't fall because it's still broken,
Sure.
and follow after Pilakka towards the noise. Don't, whatever it is, find out before you pop it up, and don't be a Zanjafar, be a Donkor.
how do you mean?
Well, one of them just has a tendency to fucking hit shit and get fucked up, and the other one stands back and watches for a little while.
They both stop for sphinxes. I will be neither a Donkor or a Zanjafar.
Nobody said they make all the best life decisions, but if you're gonna open a random box, don't be a Zanjafar. That's all I'm saying.
Pilakka gives him one sideward glance and then hops off of the cloud and just totally carelessly starts fumbling at the latch.
Sure.
It's what kind of a...
From this point, it is incredibly loud. You can definitely tell that, well, it's alive. You aren't sure what it might be, but they're screaming for help.
Okay.
The box is very small, mind you, so you definitely don't think it's an adult by any means.
It has to be a small creature. Okay. Then I would like to use my hex disguise to disguise myself as an elderly Pommet woman.
Okay. Sure. Describe to me what you wish to look like specifically.
Yeah, do you have a beard?
I have maybe some white stubble and some like a kind of like a real nice like top knot do that like braids down in the back and hangs down a little bit. Some pretty unassuming robes.
Okay.
And I still have my staff, but it maybe looks a little bit straighter and like polished and like something a normal human being would carry or a normal intelligent creature would carry.
Sure. You notice that the rod that seemed to have been draped across or sticking out of said box is actually tethered to it. It appears that they used leather straps to tether it to the rear side of this, and it's not quite a mile marker, it's actually a greatsword. A medium-sized greatsword is attached to this. It almost seems as if someone's belongings had been pushed off of the back of a wagon, of someone traveling in from caravan, maybe a pet inside, but they're screaming in common.
You're
What?
a pet.
I'm gonna knock I'm gonna knock like really like a staccato beat like
Sure.
something that shows intelligence.
They're not a drum kit.
Shh.
A voice! There's a pause. Then coherent thought, a string of words. What does this sound like? Ryu.
I'm a knocking back and then. Who's there?
Who is there? Who goes around in a chest?
Can you get me out of the box?
How did you get into the box?
I don't want to talk about it.
Swear peace, and you shall go unharmed and freed.
Okay.
Oh, the way on that, I'll swear a piece of me dick. Abasi's gonna walk over and see if he can get the greatsword free. He's like, I'm not leaving whoever it is armed. I've dealt with enough crazies lately.
Can you guys stop talking? Let me out of the box.
Is the box locked?
I see the box is a dick.
The box is locked, but it's not traditionally so. It's leather strapped, bound very tightly.
We will be with you in just a minute, Mr. Boxman.
Okay, I have all the time in the world, just sweating in a box. It's a desert.
If my friend here will just make with the greatsword he just found.
Right, my great sword, no big deal.
Oh, so the Boxman carries a greatsword, does he? Why does the greatsword not get a box? Abasi, please.
You can clearly see what matters more between the person with the box and the greatsword. But I have a question for you, Pilakka. What the fuck fits in this box and uses this?
That is exactly what I'm trying to figure out.
It's okay, guys. I had to do my taxes anyway.
You're not worried that the pharaoh gets his fair share. It's fine. Here, whatever. I'll fucking like golf swing into the strap with his sword. Not enough to go through the chest or anything.
Sure.
But...
Sure. You go ahead and just make a roll for me. I just need to make sure you don't critically fail.
Or critically succeed. Do you want me to just click on my Kopesh?
Oh, are you swinging in my direction again?
To be fair, new phone. Who did?
New phone. Who did? I love it.
What could go wrong?
If you critically succeed, you'll get to depict what happens in this case.
Oh, just click the Kopesh. Fuck it.
Sure.
No, we're good.
You did just that. You bring the Kopesh down, it strikes the leather straps, and as soon as it hits them, they kind of coil back immediately. The leather itself seems to drape over the top. It kicks off into the sand. The front half seems to lay forward 4 or 5 inches before the lid becomes loose. Do you immediately burst out?
I burst out immediately. Yeah, I was waiting for you to end. I just literally punch it up, and then I just look around and try to assess who the fuck is out here.
What is the first thing I see?
Before he says anything, we will determine that when we come back from break. We'll be back in just a moment, everybody. We'll see you guys in a second. Have fun. Go to the bathroom, get something to drink, and we'll talk to you guys in a moment, okay? BRB, friends. BRB.